Hello shoppers, welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. Para sa lahat po ng mga new explorers, tsaka newly discovered pa po sa aking channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click notification bell for you to be updated with my future videos. So para sa araw na ito, let us continue to discuss the world of values education na kung saan pag-uusapan natin for this morning ang mundo or konsepto ng Confucianism and Taoism. So welcome once again here sa ating topic, which is man according to the Eastern or Oriental Philosophers. This is the part of the discussion. Welcome to my video number 215. Good morning once again, Golden Jobbers. Andito pa rin tayo sa ating discussion in line with the Eastern or Oriental Philosophers as how they define man. Ipagpapatuloy natin sa umagang ito, which is we will be focusing on the idea of Confucianism and Taoism. So definitely na-discuss na po natin yung Hindu view of man and of course the man in Buddhism. So for today's video, we will have to focus on our attention in the topic man in Confucianism and the Taoist view of man. So let's take a look kung ano yung differences and how we should have to appreciate this one. So before we go further with our discussion for this morning, let us first recognize the concept of Confucianism. Ano nga ba ito? So basically, from the definition, allow me to read. Confucianism is an ancient Chinese belief system which focuses on the importance of personal ethics and morality. So basically, if we're going to highlight, ito yung pinaka point of view talaga niya, the personal ethics and morality, talking about Confucianism. Meaning to say, it is our individual quest, okay? It is our individual task, okay, to discipline ourselves, to define and to develop ourselves into a person of character, something like that, okay? This is the teachings of this particular concept. So Confucianism is a philosophy or belief system from an ancient China which laid the foundation for much of Chinese culture. So basically, it is more on the ways of life, the culture of the Chinese people, talking about Confucianism. Confucius was a philosopher and a teacher who lived from 551 to 479 BCE. So, one of the strong point or the founder, okay, talking about Confucianism is Confucius. So now, the question that we have to raise within ourselves, is Confucianism a religion? So, according to what I gathered na mga data from the internet, from the book, and any other sources, eto yung kanyang sagot. Though closer to a philosophy than a true religion, Confucianism was a way of life. Highlight natin yun ha. Confucianism was a way of life for ancient Chinese people, and it continues to influence Chinese culture today. I remember one of the interviews na napanood ko from Imelda Marcos. Sinabi niya talaga na in China, hindi sila naging united because of religion, but they were united, the people themselves, okay? Naging united sila because of culture. And this is one of the best example that we can use, because one of the binding principle or the unifying principle ng mga Chinese is the concept of Confucianism. This is why Confucianism is considered a philosophy rather than a religion, even though it is often lumped in with other major religions. So kung i-consider natin ang Confucianism, it is somehow more on philosophy rather than to be considered as a religion. So that's how we have to answer the question. So now let's focus our attention on the idea of man in Confucianism, how man is being defined or conceptualized in the world of Confucianism at the end of the day. Here, Man is regarded as a moral being and as a social being at the end of the day. I know that you are familiar in this, na ang tao, they believe that we are composed of moral. We have the character, the behavior, na kailangan lamang ma-develop, okay, depending on the kind of circle that we are being part of, something like that, okay? And of course, a social being, as I said to you, we need to socialize, no? We need other people in order for us to survive in this world as well. For Confucius, a true man is a nobleman. When we say nobleman, you admire the person, you respect the person. Because nakita mo sa kanya, napakaganda ng kanyang ginagawang showing of character in this world. I want to emulate that person. So something like that. Yan ang kinoconsider nating nobleman. Or they have also the concept of chunsu. Okay? Pag sinabi nating chunsu, ito yung gentleman sa kanila, okay? Denoting the man with a cultivated moral character. Cultivated moral character. Yan po ang tinatawag nilang chunzu. A superior man, and such a man is said to be a man of gen. Pag sinabi natin a man of gen, human-heartedness, okay? A man of all-around virtue. So, again, pag sinabi natin a man of gen, ito yung human-heartedness. Okay, a person who has concern to anybody else. If I can give, I have to give it for free. If I can help, I have to help it for free. Because at the end of the day, the reward is not the claps of the people, is not the recognition of the people here in this world. As I said to you, in the above, yun ang recognition. So this is how they define a man, talking about the concept of Confucianism. So in Confucianism, man is expected to possess 4 virtues. Okay, sa konsepto nila, kailangan ng isang taong who are following Confucianism ay magtaglay ng 4 na virtues na ito. Firstly, we have here, na kung saan na-mention ko na rin ito sa inyo kanina, ito yung human-heartedness or gen, kung tawagin. Pag sinabi natin human-heartedness, consideration for others. You need to be considerate, okay? Loving others. You love everyone else in this world. Doing to others. You help others in this world. What you wish others to do to you is somehow things that you need to be positive, you need to be good, you need to be kind to other people at the end of the day. So upon reading this one, I can remember the golden rule of Confucius. Nung sinearch ko siya sa internet, ito yung lumabas, but there's another version also that I want to speak for this particular video. Nakasaad doon, do not impose on others what you do not wish for yourself. Ito yung statement. But if I could be able to recall kung ano yung na-memorize ko na version nito, ito yung nakasaad sa golden rule. Do not do unto others of what you don't want others may do unto you. Huwag kang gumawa ng mga bagay na ayaw mong gawin ng ibang tao sa iyo. Okay? Kung ayaw mong i-manipulate ka sa ng ibang tao, then do not also manipulate others. Okay? Kung gusto kang mahalin ka ng ibang tao, then love everybody else around you at the end of the day. Kung gusto mong makaramdam ng kindness from the people, then show that kindness also to the people. That's how simple life when we are talking about the golden rule of Confucius. And that's one thing, okay, one of the virtues that a Confucianist should perform, okay, and be part of his life. Now, let's proceed to the second one, yung letter B natin nakalagay dito, righteousness or ye. Okay, so ye ang, I think this is the version of the Chinese people talking about. So, ibig sabihin, doing what one ought to do. Kung ano yung tama, gawin mo sa ibang tao. Doing obligatorily acts without a personal utilitarian end in view. To do right and proper thing in relation to circumstances without regard to personal profit. Okay, highlight natin yung mga statement ha. Do not expect for personal utilitarian end, meaning to say, no thinking of benefits, advantages, or any form of personal returns. And I think this is something that we also have to apply within ourselves. Tumulong ka, nag-exert ka ng effort in helping other people. Now, you don't need to expect for any return coming from the person. As I said to you, yan ang pinaka-greatest thing na mai-share mo sa isang tao. Do not expect kasi may reward naman yun at the end of the day, and you know that, okay? Remember that there is greater reward for being kind to people. As I said to you a while ago, it's not the recognition of the people na nakikita mo ngayon presently in the world, but the recognition in the life hereafter. Because the Lord is watching everything that we are doing in our lives, nakikita ng Panginoon yan. So if you are helping other people, if you served as an instrument for that particular person to actually reach the dream na gusto niyang maabot sa buhay, then you will be rewarded in the life hereafter. Something like that, okay? So now let's proceed with our discussion sa letter C, which is ritual or propriety or li. Ibig sabihin, humbling oneself to pay respect to others. Very important ito, big word, respect, na hindi po nabibigay at nai-enjoy ng ibang tao. As I said to you, ang salitang respect po sa mundong ito ay very expensive because ginagamit lamang po ito ng mga tao kung may kakayanan, may pera, influential, so nirespeto natin yung tao. Pero kung wala siyang pinag-aralan, wala siyang narating sa buhay, wala siyang influence, now, you cannot expect of respect coming from people. Seldom you can find. Meron naman, pero seldom you can find, as I said, okay? Or putting others first and oneself. Ito yung common natin naririnig sa mga politicians, and campaign period pa naman ngayon, so you could be able to hear this line, no, saying that uunahin ko ang taong bayan before myself. Pero pag nanalo na siya, nakaupo na sa posisyon, you can never feel those promises na ibinigay niya during the campaign period. So that's how pathetic situation it is na cyclical in nature. Paulit-ulit nating nararanasan, not only in the Philippines, but I think in the entire world. This is one of the problems. Okay? So letter D natin, which is pang-apat, wisdom or shek. Okay, meaning to say, understanding of the other three virtues. So dapat, dito sa number 4, you could be able to understand and apply it to yourself. Yung tatlong na-mention ko sa inyo beforehand, okay? Yung Gen, which is the human heartedness. The second one, which is righteousness or ye. And the third one is ritual or propriety or li. So something like that, okay? So, ibig sabihin, sa number 4, you should manage the three aforementioned na mga virtues. So, yun po ang concept ng Confucianism as how they define man or conceptualize man at the end of the day. Now, let's proceed with our discussion in the concept of Taoism. So, ano nga ba ang Taoism in the first place? Taoism, okay, also spelled as D-A, kasi usually nakikita natin T-A-O-I-S-M yan, okay? Pero usually, it's spelled also as Taoism, yung D talaga. But how it is read, talagang Taoism yan siya. Is a religion and a philosophy from ancient China that has influenced folk and national belief, okay? Taoism holds that humans and animals should live in balance with the Tao, okay? Or the universe, meaning to say there should be harmony in the existence of all created things in this world. Okay, kailangan you have to adapt, no, you have to live coercing with everything else na kinreate ng Panginoon. For example, if this is talking about the Christian, something like that, okay? But meron ding konsepto nito ang Taoism. You need to connect with the nature and other aspects of living organisms in this world. Something like that, okay? Taoism holds that humans and animals, though we are considered animals also, we are the highest form, no? Talking about animals, but we should have to coerce with them while living. Okay, kailangan there is harmony in the relationship of the human being and other creations of this particular world. So something like that. Taoists believe in spiritual immortality, okay, where the spirit of the body joins the universe after death. Okay, sa konsepto nila, they have also that idea of spiritual immortality. It's only the human body or the physical body ang nadidecay, okay, nawawala at naglalaho. But when we are talking about the spiritual immortality, hindi siya naglalaho. Nag-i-exist lang siya in the universe right after nawala yung isang taong kung saan nagdadala ng spirit na yan. Something like that, okay? Taoism has been connected to the philosopher Lao Tzu, okay, around 500 BCE. So, yun po. Pag sinabi natin Confucianism, ito po ay founded by Confucius, okay? Pero pag sinabi namin Taoism, this is connected to the existence of Lao Tzu at the end of the day. So now let's proceed to the Taoist view of man. Papaano nga ba tiningnan ng Taoism, okay, or ng mga Taoist ang konsepto ng tao? So ladies and gentlemen, Taoism as a philosophy advocates what is natural and spontaneous, simple and necessary. So, if I'm going to understand this one, what can I think of is dapat yung isang tao should reflect or manifest genuinely kung sino siya. Kung ano ang katayuan sa buhay, kung sino ka in the first place, you should be real. Okay? Do not fake in the face of the people just for the claps and of course the recognition of others, no, na magustuhan ka nila and they will love you because of what you have shown to them. No, you should show the original you at the end of the day. That's the message, okay? What is natural, spontaneous, simple, necessary, what can you show to them, show to them. Okay, something like that. Do not cover, do not sugarcoat everything. According to this philosophy, that by which anything and everything comes to be is the Tao. So what is really the Tao in the first place? The Tao is a Chinese word signifying the way, the path, the route, the road, or sometimes more loosely doctrine, principle or holistic beliefs. Okay? So ito yung guiding principle ng isang tao. Ito yung standard, okay, or virtues na kung saan dapat i-follow ng isang tao. Ito yung guiding discipline, okay, ng mga grupong ito or ng isang tao while living in this particular world. Ito yung tamang daan, ito yung tamang ruta, ito yung tamang decision. So something like that, talking about the Tao. But basically, in the concept of Taoist or Taoism, it is stated here that anything and everything comes to be is the Tao. In Lao Tzu book, it is said that from Tao, there comes one, okay? From one, there comes two, from two, there comes three, and from three comes all things. So meaning to say, everything started in a very small group, for example, talking about hanggang sa dumami, hanggang sa naka-influence, hanggang dumami, and nag-improve, there is development, there is progress in that particular group, for example. Something like that, okay? Ito yung konsepto niya. In a very simple development, okay, hanggang sa lumawak ang coverage, hanggang mas nakilala sila. So something like that. The Tao is generally understood as the power or principle behind all things. It is oftentimes called as non-being. Talking about the Tao, this is how we are going to understand the power or the principle, okay, behind all of these things, no? Behind all of the things that you could be able to observe according to them. Okay, that is the Tao. Oftentimes, this is called non-being. So meaning to say, it's beyond from what a person or the human person can do and can perform and can reach. Okay, when we are talking of the Tao in the first place. According to this philosophy, Everything that exists in the universe needs the whole universe as a necessary condition for existence. Meaning to say, in simple form of explaining this one, people needs people and other aspects for survival. We cannot survive, as I said to you, without the existence of other people, and we should have to accept that reality. Kasi sometimes we could be able to think, I can stay or I can survive without any other people. But in reality talaga, kung iisipin nating mabuti, we cannot survive without other people. Okay? That's basically the point also in the concept of Taoism. When a man is born, he has the properties that he should necessarily have. So, nung ipinanganak ang tao, talking about the physical and all the concepts of the human existence, meron ka. Seldom you can find people na may kakulangan sa sarili. But average, on the general aspect, we have all the properties to survive. So, in this lifetime, we should achieve quality life na tinatawag. It's not only living just because you want to survive for a day, you want to survive for a certain period of your life, but you should have to work hard to achieve that quality life. Not only for the investment here in the world, no, but you also have to invest in the life hereafter. A man is gifted in unique way that he can use in surviving life. We have different things that can perform. Meron tayong mga gifts na only we can perform kasi nga, as I said to you, going back to our previous statement, we cannot survive without other people. That is why lahat ng tao, we have our unique presentation. Kasi pag i-consolidate mo yan lahat, i-unite mo yan lahat, therefore, we could be able to make something different as well. Okay, napakaganda ng pwede nating mabuo if we join hands together and to make things or to discover something. So yan ang point when we are talking about the wisdom in the very first place. Things are ever changeable. That's correct. But the law governing this change of things are not themselves changeable. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Indeed, nothing is constant in this world. Talagang that's a fact na walang constant sa mundong ito. Naglalaho ang lahat ng bagay. But the teachings, the principles, and the philosophy of life is constant. Okay? Kaya nga nakalagay dito, but the law governing this change of things are not themselves changeable. Hindi ito nagbabago. The good is good and the bad is bad. Since time immemorial, ito po yung konsepto. May mga interpretation na nagpabago sa mga idea na ito, but the concept of good is good and bad is bad is forever be the law governing body of any existence or any generation in this particular world. So that's how they have to conceptualize talking about the existence of man at the end of the day. So according to the wisdom, there are two levels of knowledge. The first one is in lower level. So lower level tayo ha. Ano ibig sabihin ng in lower level? Definite point of view when a man sees distinctions like those between right and wrong. Okay? And other examples would be good and bad, moral and immoral. So, ibig sabihin nito, ang nakikita ng isang tao talking about the lower level is the two options. Or, it can be four options pero meron siyang pinagpipilian. Meaning to say, hindi na siya kailangang mag-isip further. Talking about the knowledge according to the wisdom. Okay? So, yun ang mga binigay nating example kanina. Thus, two sides or angles only, okay, of the coin can be noticed or emphasized or be observed by this particular person talking about or belonging in the lower level. On the other hand, we also have the higher level. Okay, kung merong lower level na grupo, meron ding higher level. Ano ibig sabihin? The higher point of view when man sees things in the light of heaven, that is from the point of view of the Tao, that things, though different, are united and become one. The concept of unity in diversity. Meaning to say, we are different from each other, but we can be united. So you have to think, No? Kailangan, it's beyond the box. You have to deepen your understanding on the kind of concept. You will not just have to see the facade of the story, the facade of the statement, but you are going to think logically, ano pa ang pwede kong maisip talking about this particular things. So something like that. You are part of the higher level of knowledge if that's what kind of execution you will be doing in yourself. So at the end of the day, the wisdom states that every man can be a sage. Okay, pag sinabi natin can be a sage, meaning to say, can be distinguished for wisdom. We all have that intellectual capacity to think. Okay, we cannot discriminate other people as to how level they can think of in any issue, something like that. But rather, we have to recognize that everybody is entitled to be called that kind or that concept of wisdom. One with the Tao, okay? The perfect man and a happy man. A contented person, meron siyang right to execute everything here in this world kasi tao siya, no? Kung ano yung mga natatamasa ng nasa higher ranks, that should be also be given to anyone else in this world, something like that. Okay, so this is how the point talking about the kind of ability of the person to think at the end of the day. So can be distinguished for wisdom. Anybody can be distinguished for wisdom. Anybody can think for something. Okay? So, yan ang point ng higher level. So, before I have to end up this particular video, I would like to give you the famous quotation given to us by Lao Tzu. It's stated here, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So meaning to say, the message of the statement is we need to be positive. Okay, we need to be optimistic and we need to show kindness to people. We need to respect others. If you can help them, go ahead, tulungan mo siya. Maging instrumento ka sa isang tao para makamit niya ang kanyang mga pangarap. And I think that's the best legacy we could be able to give to anyone else in this world, in respective of what nationality, country, culture, at kung saan mang grupo siya nabibilang, we should not to take over on that, or we should not to consider that one, no? If you can help, if you can show kindness to anybody else, then do it, because that's the greatest thing you could be able to give to humanity. Okay, that's the message of what the statement given to us by Lao Tzu. So that will be all for this morning. I hope you learned something from this video and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else that you think na kailangan ng video na ito. Asahan niyo po that Sir Job TV will continue to discuss more meaningful discussions, especially in the world of social sciences. Thank you once again for watching. Bye-bye!